All right. Today we're going to jump right into things. Let me see here. Code, not code, music, sound. I'm just going to jump in. Got work to do. It's not the most glamorous, but it got to get done. I should probably look into a fishing issue as well. I know that sounds fishy. Let me see here. What are they doing? Game engine. Yeah, we're trying to get the fishing system sort of tweaked and tested. Looks like it's really ready for us to just make stuff with it. But apparently not everything's working. So I might look at that tonight. First thing is, though, UI for the save system. Oh, that is a perch. No purchase necessary. Okay. I don't know what this is, and it really bothers me. It says broken text pointer. Yeah? I don't know why. Why are you so broken? Anyway, I'm going to work on the UI for the save system first. We have some QA people doing some amazing QA and finding some of the most basic and simple issues. Hey, Killboy, how's it going? What is up, yo? What's up with the kill and the boy? I don't know. So we're going to go into our UI windows and our save window. I do need to work on the actual settings window too. Hopefully your project's going well, Killboy. So our current save window has some behavior that I need to change. Actually, I should probably, before I mess with this, just look at it, I think. Because I got some feedback. I actually want to look at one other thing first. So I noticed that when we're on these windows, you notice the arrows, they only show up when you hover over it. This is the original edit windows. And I forgot to do that for here. So there's a bunch of arrows, but they're just always there. Which is funny, but there's another thing about this though, is even though I can use C and V to change this navigation, I can also use left and right. But that's not true for the save system. Here, if I hit right, it goes straight to the first save file. And I think that I want to change that. So what I want is, if you hit the space bar, it goes into editing the files. But if you go to the top of the save list, or you hit right, the cursor should go up here. So that's one thing I want to do. The other thing I want to do is, if you don't have any saves for a character, we're going to make that character disabled. And I wonder if I can do... I'm kind of curious if I can just make it not interactable and see what that does. So in the left column, here, the Sage, I believe, is considered a selectable. Yes. If I make you not interactable, what happens? Interestingly, it still goes down. Not much progress. Are you busy doing security evaluations or something? That's actually annoying. Why is it doing that? So the interactable selector is not moving, but something else is moving. I'm also curious why it's not. Oh, is it football season? Or is it preparing for football? Hey, Burn. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Saw some pretty cool game graphics. Are you enjoying the? You'll be looking a bit as you cook. Okay. Well, later on, tell me if you're enjoying the RPG in a box updates you've been working with. Okay, so we're gonna change a color tint here, and we're gonna say disabled color. Can we even do this? What happens if we say it says no? It only affects the background color. That's weird. Is it because the image is... Let me see here. Because the portrait... What sucks? I want this to affect everything. What if I did... Doesn't do what I want. That starts next week. Thank you, I am, but it's pretty difficult to make an FPS right now. Okay, that's a bummer. It seems to be the problem with RPG in a box, is they're just always... Like, it gets you most of the way there, but then it doesn't quite get you where you need to be. And working around it is super hard. It's weird that we can't have a selectables transition color affect images underneath. I wonder if there's a way to make it do that. The one thing is, I want to make it so if a character is not available because you haven't played them, I want it to show as faded out. Because if someone goes to continue, I want them to at least be able to see that the character is there. There's got to be a way to do this, right? Why did my browser not open? I feel a little bit low energy today, so we'll see how long I last. Sometimes it happens. Hopefully the coaching goes well, Killboy. Next week, I know. Next week will hopefully be relaxing for me. Whoa, no. Wanyo. I wish I knew more people in the Seattle area. Gonna be like, come hang out at PAX. We're gonna be at PAX. Wayne, how are you? In Unity, I have a selectable and a child object has an image. How do I make the disabled effect? Yeah, it's a fun time. Costs a bit of money though. Although, if you wanted to go, you could get a free badge. Just saying. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so it's gonna... I would have to write code to do it. That sucks. I figured I'd have to do something stupid like that. Fine. I'll write code to do it. The thing I don't like about Unity, you gotta do all that work. Doing good, spending the evening doing some familiar. Doing something familiar. Familiar? It looks like it's like, in my screen, it looks like Family Liar. This is what it looks like. Who you calling a liar? I broke you. I can't read words. I hope I know what you're working on. hope you've been well though overall. We haven't connected much lately, but I know you've had like stuff going on, and then some vacation stuff, and then I'm sure you've been really busy because you do all the super cool game dev stuff. You know how that goes. Things were wild. Yeah, it sounds like it. It can get pretty wild. Today was pretty wild for me, but it was just like ongoing work. And while I'm not, there's not a lot of people tonight, so I can kind of share this. You went to Seattle. You went to Seattle too late or too early. You're supposed to go there in a couple months. Yeah, you went on your cruise. How was the cruise? Did you like it? Did anyone get like horribly sick? Because close quarters with a bunch of people. Okay, we got to figure out how this UI is going to work now. Ish. So anyway, I started down the path of explaining. We finally have our Steam account back. We can actually do a deployment now. We have been without our Steam account. Well, we had our account, but not access to our application. And while we're not, I'm going to state this, but it's not something that we haven't like officially announced. But we are finalizing the wrap up. That's why we have our account back. We won't have a publisher anymore, which is good and bad. It just didn't seem to be working out with us, so we agreed to amicably terminate. That means that when we go to launch time, we'll have to deal with a lot of stuff ourselves. But in other ways, we have our Steam account back. We're fully indie without a publisher. We sailed out of there. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, mostly relaxing. You were mostly relaxing? Okay. I mean, if I went on a cruise ship, I would do nothing. On the other hand, my wife and my kids would want to do everything. They'd be going everywhere. Everywhere possible on the ship. I would be content to, honestly, even stay in the cabin. Just look outside. I'm that way at home. If I go on vacation and there's a place I can just sit and be indoors and do nothing, and maybe have a little bit of like air from outside. We had a balcony room, so we spent a lot of time just watching the most stunning views. We did a couple excursions, canoed to the glacier, walked in the Alaska rainforest. That sounds nice. Alaska has rainforests? That's cool too. Okay, so let me think here. First thing I want to do is address the left and right options here. And I'll talk and work, but I'm going to force myself to think about two things at once. I'm not feeling the most motivated tonight. It was gorgeous. Eagles and bears, and they didn't attack you? You survived it somehow? Okay. So we don't want on character submit. We need to make this top bar, so we need to make those stupid things selectable again. Pretty sure I made them not selectable. This is going to be really annoying. Let's see here. Correct. These are no longer selectable items. So, is it going to be a menu selectable, I think? Let me see. Yeah. I'm probably part bear. They accept, well, with your huge beard, right? Although those bears, those are grizzly bears, aren't they? Grizzlies are not nice to have around. They're not like black bears. Black bears are, you can just hang out and cuddle with them and stuff. At least compared to the grizzly bears. Oh, was black bear? Okay, maybe they have black bears there too. I suppose that's possible. Target container is going to be the one below it, right? If it's selected. So what did I do with the colors then? How did I do this? I need to look at how the tabs work. I'm sorry. I'm tired tonight. They said they have a bunch of different ones. Oh, okay. They just have them like in their pocket. Look, Ma, not magic numbers, and I'm not doing a ternary. Wow, so clean. Much code. I love you, Oliver. Yeah, but now I need to change it. I guess I could just keep it this way. I guess I could just... Oh man, I hate myself for this stuff. No. So I need to change the selectable location. Guess I shouldn't. Should I use a selectable? Guess I could do that. I'm so annoyed right now. Cursor on left. Use cursor. Yes. Target container is going to be the stupid one below it. I'm glad that it went well. Oh, did I not even make... I think I'm just using the autosave one. I think I'm using two different ones. Should confirm that though, I think. I'll let it break. My wife wants to go on a cruise someday. I will consider it. I think that we just used autosaves. I think it's the same thing. I just never renamed it. Okay. There we go. Renamed. Is this a container? No, it's not a container. Is this a container? No. Is this a container? Yes. The cruise wasn't bad. Good food, lots of little things. I gained 10 pounds. For a second, I thought it said 101 pounds. Like, wow, you had good food. See, here's the thing. I would be fine just staying on the ship all the time. You did. Did you not think you would enjoy it? What kind did you go on? Was it the Disney Princess one, Killboy? I went on a cruise once. It really wasn't that bad either, except getting yelled at half the time. If you're gonna do one, definitely do your research. I hear not all cruises are the same. Yes, I've heard that too. And like, there's some cruises that don't allow kids, and some that do. A carnival. Did they have like a Ferris wheel? You went to a carnival cruise? I think this one will work. I can give the save slots for that. So this is what I want. Save slots. We'll go back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Oop. Hey, that does work. That's good. So can I do? I don't think I can do multiples, right? No. Well, it doesn't. Yeah. Let's see. Did it change both of them? It did. Woo! I can still get away with this being selectable, but and then we're not going to use any color tints because we already have a solution for that we hand wrote because I was insistent of not using these tabs. I should think of something really interesting to say and talk about. But I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna work. Hey, if you got work to do out there, folks, now's the time to do it. Go have a full day of work and then go back to work. That's one of my junior developers. They asked me, I'm not junior, he's a senior developer. But he's talking about growth and how to get that next level. And part of it, this isn't part of growth, but one of his questions was, how do you deal with work-life balance? Or he's like, is my work-life balance good? You know, his own work-life balance. Like, well, I'm not the best person to ask because I work a full day and then I go be with the kids and family and then I work more afterwards. So would you think Sage is taller than Pyra? Asking for a friend. I think Sage is the tallest. I think so, right? Sage is, I think he's the tallest. They're the tallest. Sage is the tallest. Right, Drass? I gendered Sage because I was thinking Drass for some reason. And all Motzi said was, time. Recruiters can't tell if you're good. They just can see if you've worked 10 plus years. Yeah, that's kind of how that works, right? But that's not about work-life balance. There's really only 2 ways to move up. Well, no, there's 3 ways. There's 3 ways to get promoted. Kappa. One way is work at a company that will meritoriously support you if you put your effort in, which is hard to find. Usually smaller companies will do that. So go to a smaller company or a startup, you'll grow fast, but you're gonna not have any life balance. 2 is time. Just wait forever. You know, just work in your job long enough that you'll get promoted. Or 3 is job hop. That's how you do it. Oh. Excuse me. The 3 ways to get promoted to your next title or role at your company. If you're not like an independent something, like you don't just do contract work. Staff, how are you? Hello. I'm not doing anything super exciting today. Just, I know you usually come to watch me do a lot of creative development work. I know this. You know, I don't understand streaming. I've been doing this for 4+ years. I don't get it. You can't watch how all my streams. You can't go watch. It's only because when you're here, my heart lifts. Stop, and I get really excited. You can't watch somebody who streams and assume that their method will work for your streaming. What is streaming? Yes, Wayne, you used to stream, you know, way back in the day. You used to even stream art. But like, I would watch these development streamers and be like, oh, wow, they're so good. They're developing and they're talking and look at their chats going crazy. They're amazing. And I can't do that. I can't. First of all, I can't divide my time. Second of all, I can't presume just because someone else who's showing stuff on their stream is like I can't be as interesting as them with the code I'm working on. I should just give up on development streams and do something else. I should play video games. That's what I should do. That should be my streaming. You did it. You streamed twice this month? When? I didn't get any notifications. I'm following you. Am I following you? Yeah, I'm following you. When did you stream? Lies. You came to the conclusion that Wayne is dead? Oh, you did it on Fridays. Yeah, Fridays I go to bed early. Because my wife streams. And so I'm not like I first of all, if I am working here, like I have to like focus on my work. If I look over, she wants me to like get absorbed into her stream. And like I don't want to be absorbed in your stream. I just want to work on my thing. And I usually go to bed early. You're gonna try it again tomorrow? Well, dang. What time do you stream? I assume it's at night, right? I'm not getting anything done. I need to have a technique to have something that happens on the screen when I'm not doing anything. That's what I need to do. Would it make sense if I have this character? I think what it would make sense to do is when you push right, it goes to whichever one you have selected up here. Oh. How come I didn't get notifications of that? That would be 5 o'clock my time. Usually I don't finish working until 5:30 or 5:45. Oh, you know what happened last Friday? No. Let me tell you what happened last Friday. I was working until 7:30 because at 4:30 or 4 Central, someone found an issue with the product. And so I worked with my developers until 7:30 to get it resolved. And then, and that means that like I ate while I was working. It wasn't that someone broke prod. So we do like digital marketing and we pull in what's called incentives from a service. And the service that we use can sometimes give us duplicate data. So it was messing up the pricing on the advertising we created. And we didn't have an easy, immediate way to like ignore the incentives. And then we had to figure out, it was a big mess. Anyway, so then after that, yeah, then I finally got the other kids down and I don't think I stayed up very late after that. No wonder I didn't know. I mean, like I was just like, I was working till 7:30. I was like, I'm done. I'm so done. That wasn't the funnest thing. It was not the funnest thing in the world. It was a tribute. So there's not tab right. Is there a character? On character move. Excuse me. Oh, I guess I made this handle it. Okay. So if we say character move, we need to go to a tab. So how do I do this? How does it? See, I think I should just do streams where I don't work on anything. Yeah, I was working from home. I only work in the office on Thursdays. You're welcome to come visit, Sorrow. You want to come check out the office? Come up to Minnesota or down, or I'm not sure which direction you are actually. You know what? Let me tell you something else, by the way. Why is it that nobody wants to be in Minnesota? Why? Why is it? Oh, you're in Canada? I guess actually there is somebody who comes onto my stream who is local. New Hampshire. Okay, you're more than just south, north, up. Yeah, no one lives. Yeah, but New Hampshire is like close to a lot of other things, right? Minnesota's like, okay, there's Wisconsin and Iowa and the Dakotas. Chicago but that's a bit away. You don't get to hang out with all the cool people. They're like either East Coast or West Coast. It's so sad. My wife told me that one of her friend's husband was like, I really want to get to know Motzi. Well, he said my first name. But he's like a ghost. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I don't want to make new friends that aren't in the... Okay, but when you paste that, I have problems with the word because it's one letter away from being a very bad location to go. Every time I see the first three letters of that, and I'm like, Wayne, no. And they're like, oh wait. I know what it is. It just the first time you send that to me, I'm like, what? Okay, so we have tab images, tab index. So, do I only have tab images? Should be able to get tab information though, right? Okay, so I should be able to get the tab index. Music, I know. Well, no, you could just music and games. Awesome festival, MAGA Fest. Reclaim the term MAGA. Instead of it being what it usually means, turn it into something that's like... Did I ever tell anybody, you guys, my theory of the flag, the US flag? I had this idea that one of the problems that we faced in the early MAGA days and the sort of like crazy far right, it wasn't even a word. Let's just throw it back. I know. But I had this theory that one of the problems that we face in the nation was people rejected the flag because it was being used as a symbol of this far right insanity. And I would have loved to go to, well, I mean, not really. Listen, I don't like to go anywhere, but if I were to go to a place where you get like the protesters and the counter protesters or whatever, and just have all the people that are not MAGA bring a bunch of American flags, right? Like the whole visceral reaction to the flag is sort of playing into the problem that exists because you're rejecting the primary symbol of the nation and you're giving it to the people who are abusing it, in our opinions, right? And if you were to start using it to represent the things that you believed in, or the people who are sort of anti-MAGA, basically, they wouldn't be able to use it as their symbol. And they already can't. I mean, they already have a bunch of different flags as it is, right? But I just had this whole theory that, like, why don't we use a flag in the way that we intend it? And I guess the problem is that messaging can get lost. But I'm not very patriotic, but I didn't like the notion that you're basically giving up this symbol that's supposed to represent the things that we believe in. If you do believe in something about the US or America, that there is possibility that we can do things that are good. I always thought that was interesting. I never did anything about it, of course, because that's probably why nobody does it. It's like, because we're too lazy or whatever, you know? I just thought that was interesting. Hopefully I didn't just piss a bunch of people off. But we should go to Magnet Fest. Like Mag Adapter Fest. Anyway. Move direction right. Okay, so what I need to do here is get the current object. So we're going to do current. Do I only have tab images? Yes, I only have tab images. I'm not supposed to get political on my stream, because you know how people feel about that, being political. Mostly I was just thinking today about how for many years I would rail against people, that were just like, just wouldn't listen to anything, right? Like, you couldn't even establish a framework for agreeing or disagreeing, because you do that and then they change the goalposts. And I remember putting all this effort in under the belief that change was possible. And I've learned that lesson the hard way. It's just, for some people it's not. Some people refuse. And it's really eye-opening. It's like my once useful belief that change was possible with people. Some people it's not. They can't change. If they were to change, their entire life would come crashing down because of what they have invested their mental beliefs in, and actions for that matter. What was I doing? I know, Bummer Town. Okay, so I have this. So the image, I can't. Okay, that's good. So the image is at the same place, the same level as the selectable. So that's good. I can actually select it. I don't want to do on move. I'll just do .select. Okay. That should be okay, right? Will that work? I don't need to do on character submit. We'll get rid of that for meow. That should get me to the tabs, and I should be able to go left and right, even though it's not going to work properly. Let's change the mood a bit. Here you go. What do you call someone who hides in the bathroom at parties? Hide? No, it's someone who goes to the bathroom at parties. Not hides. My wife gave birth today, and after thanking the doctor, I pulled him aside and sheepishly asked, "How soon do you think we'll be able to have sex?" He winked at me and said, "I'm off duty in 10 minutes. Meet me in the parking lot." I like that one. Some people are unwilling to change. I think most people are capable of change, but it's hard to get anyone to admit to being wrong about things. Especially directly facing adversity, yeah. Yeah, and there's like, I'd like to say that I don't have that problem, but I do. But I do have a lot of self-awareness, so that even when I make a strong statement and I believe I'm right, there's this like thing that kicks off in my head that continues to chew on the thing to either test whether I really am right or whether I need to rethink my thinking, right? Like it doesn't matter if I win an argument, and like 9 times out of 10, if even those 9 times, every single iteration, I think about it. I don't know if that's just part of my ADD problem or something else, but like I can't talk about something with a strong opinion without constantly chewing on it. It's always worth thinking about what you're doing and thinking. Self-reflection is important for personal growth. Yeah, I mean, I do believe that. But I understand why it's hard, right? What's interesting is when the foundation of your belief is challenged and how you deal with it. Because some foundational beliefs are hard. They're really hard to change. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Right. Okay, good. This is not, perfect, but it is progress. It's getting me what I want, what I really, really want. Tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want to really, really, really want to zig a zig. Okay. So we're going to need to do a couple things. First, let's figure out the positioning of our stuff. Here. And by folks with so much conviction are normally unwilling to see. Yeah, and I've learned that the hard way. You know, I was in the Marine Corps. So I have a lot of military friends that are very, well, they would say they're libertarian, but they would be mag hats for sure, right? Not all of them, but a good portion of them. And even the ones that don't support Trump are still, they still consider themselves very conservative. I didn't have any idea what conservative versus liberal was when I was in the military, but now I fully understand why. Because conservatism is all about maintaining tradition. So, of course, military people should be more conservative by design, because to maintain tradition, you need to be conservative. That's the whole point of it. You sort of buy into some ethos or some whatever it is, some institution, and you have to support that institution. Because if you don't, then you're no longer able to maintain conservatism. Which is probably why I wasn't a really good military person. I was good in terms of doing my job, but like emotionally and mentally, I didn't fit in. But incidentally, there's a very interesting an interesting aspect to conservatism that I learned in the military without knowing, but upon reflection, I know it, which is there is the belief that you uphold the tradition, and then there's your actions. And those aren't always aligned. So the Marine Corps ethos is very much like honor, courage, commitment. You don't go out and get in fights with people randomly. You have a good control over your temper. You have, honor. You don't lie, cheat, and steal. And let me tell you, a lot of that happens in the Marine Corps. And a lot of people that did that would claim to be very conservative and traditional. It's like there's this counterpoint where maybe it's by forcing yourself to adhere to tradition, the balancing factor is people don't actually do it by action. They do it by voice. They do it by words, but not by actions. I don't really know how to... I mean, some people... And then you get the people who do perfectly aligned. They're like, they are... If you ever see the few, the proud, the Marines, the people that really exemplify what it is to be a Marine. You watch movies and you see these like heroes that are Marines. Those people can either be like the actual, like everyone just looks up to them, or they can be a pariah and everyone hates them. Like someone could follow every rule and be perfect textbook Marine, and every other Marine will hate them. It's like, why? They're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And probably because it reflects on themselves, right? They realize they're not living up to the expectation, I guess. I never understood that. It really drove me nuts when I was in the military. Like, wait, aren't we supposed to be following these rules? And I never figured, like, I didn't know how you decided which rules you were supposed to follow or not. I never understood that. In a million years, I never understood that. I just couldn't, there's no way I could figure that out. I need to make a cursor container, I think. Is it a cursor container or UI cursor? There it is. I think it's a cursor container. I think it's hard to live and think of any exact ethos, especially with so many voices. But like the Marine Corps ethos are very simple. Just don't lie, cheat, and steal, basically, right? Don't get in fights with people. Treat people with respect. You know, the epitome of a good Marine by definition would be what you would think a good cop, quote unquote, good cop should be if you believe that's possible, right? Where someone's like shouting abuse at you and you're just calmly handling the situation. Your stream crashed? Did my stream crash? Now you're in ad land. Oh, my bad. Mine did not. Okay. Let's see. So we need to do an offset. Can I do this? Will it work? Yeah. Just works by default. I like that adding the cursor container just worked. I mean, like, how is that? I don't know. How did I make that happen? Not your fault. Fitch was like, this brokey. No, and I don't really expect people to be perfect. It's not so much about the perfection, but the admission. You know, like, you don't have to be perfect, but my goodness, you say that you believe in all this stuff, but you then don't act anywhere near it. And that just, I just can't, man, I don't know, man. I know we're not perfect. That's why we learn and we grow, right? But it's just what it is. I'm going to copy this component and put it on each one of these things. That's why grace is such an important. Yeah, I'm not good. Let me be real. I'm not good at grace at all. I'm not good at it. I'm very bad at grace. I'm a very good self-flagellator. So if I'm good at self-flagellating, I would expect other people to also expect, you know, some others their own critique. And I own it. That's one of my problems that I work on, and I work on it constantly. But I'm definitely not the greatest when it comes to that. You're good at sarcasm though, Sorrow. What was I doing? Oh, I need to do when we select. I need to change the selection, right? So what I'm going to do is, I think I can just do it with a trigger. I'm going to do this the cheaty way. I'm going to cheat. I'm not. Yeah, event trigger. There it is. Oh, did I added it to multiple. That's good. You're good at sarcasm. Thank you. I mean, there's a lot of things. You know, there's people that are naturally gregarious. They have a natural way of dealing with things and people. I don't, and I've never had that. I've learned how to like work with people and stuff. But if it ever comes to me having to give feedback or anything, I struggle with the uber bluntness. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I realize that to say things too nice, it won't work. And so I have a real big challenge with how to message things to people. Even in the last 3 years, I've learned a ton on how to do that, but I'm not even close to being a strength of mine. It's not even like I'm a, beginner, maybe mid-level when it comes to dealing with messaging things to people. I'm pretty bad at it. What I want to do is on select. Yes. Then I want to go to here. And change tab. Where is it? Can I surface change tag? I thought there was a way to do that. Let me go take a look. Oh, Ether, what are you up to? Hard to find a balance. Same. I sit on messages a lot. Break time. Yeah, I like my boss in some ways, and other ways I get really frustrated. And he was getting frustrated at our leadership and was kind of giving a negative message because he's like, why are and it's not like it's very legitimate, but there's a lot of things that I was really frustrated with because one message he was saying is, people aren't being consistent. And I wanted to say, well, in order to get consistency, you have to demonstrate consistency. He's the CEO. I really wanted to say that on the call. And I was like, shut your mouth. Don't say anything. I was just like, I've really had to learn because I'm such a contrarian that if I'm in a meeting and I'm hearing things that don't that someone is like completely being hypocritical, like I have to call it out. You're up to no good. Why not? What kind of no good are you up to? You got a project you want to share? Well, Wayne's gonna go do some breakdancing like that. I'm extremely contrarian. And it's funny when I encounter someone who also is contrarian, they really annoy me. I'm sure there's no reason for that at all. Oh, you're a contrarian too. Here, let me see if I can out contrarian you, which I try. Then I get really into, I don't even care what the argument is. I just get into winning whatever point I'm making to out contrarian somebody else. It doesn't matter if I don't like the position I've taken. I just want to win it to be like, see, I can outsmart you on this one. I don't usually do that though, because I recognize what I'm doing, but I want to. But I don't. I think we use 0 for tab indexes. I hope. Well, either way, Ether, I hope that you have been well. Can I paste it? Let's see. No, I have to do add new. Select. Just playing games. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Hopefully you're playing something fun. I've been trying to play through Hollow Knight. Haven't touched it in a few days though. It's hard to keep up with it. What's the exclamation point with? I've beaten it before. I went through I did like the full everything. I got all the things, and then I beat the final Radiant. But it was a long time ago. A long time, which is sad that they still haven't released Silksong, incidentally. But I just started playing. I got it for my daughter on Switch, but she's not playing it. So I'm like, well, someone's got to make use of this game. So I've been playing it. And she's not competitive enough because I'm like, I'm beating this game. She's like, good for you, Dad. I'm proud of you. Damn it. Oh, as excitement. Like, okay, well, I can't entice her with competitiveness, even though she is competitive. She doesn't want to compete against me. Because my wife and I are actually pretty competitive. My wife's actually more competitive than I am. She really wants to win things, which I think is hilarious. Over the weekend, we were playing Mario Party, and some of the mini games, there's like a skip rope one, and there's like a jumping one, and I could see her get really. She doesn't play video games, but she's really serious. And a couple of them she won. I was like, oh, she's being competitive right now. I could see her be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna win, which I think is amazing. I love it so much. I'm glad she has that competitive nature. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so that part, so that's working, but it's not moving the. Why is it not moving the cursor anymore? That's weird. Did I override something on select? I must have overridden the cursor. So how do I do that? Yeah, I did. Oh no, I didn't. Wait, what is this? Hold on a second. No? Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna, oops. I guess I could do on select of the object. So I let her win? No, I won't let her win. She legitimately won some of those. I do let my kids win sometimes, but I'm not gonna let my wife win on you. But I don't care as much if I lose. I just get joy out of watching her get competitive. I'm turning my fan on. Sorry, I didn't say what I was doing. I was just like hiding from everybody. What was I doing? Oh, I think I was doing this. So can I add another? I guess I could just tell this to get selected. Maybe. I guess it's weird that I have to like copy and paste this garbage, but it's probably what I have to do. I don't like this method of development because it's just a bunch of like point and click. But I kind of get why we have to do this. There's a surprising amount about my wife composing, by the way. I know you guys know her, but I'll paste her up here anyway. There's a surprising amount about her and I that if you had known us before we started dating, I don't think you would see the similarities. And then as we've gotten to know each other over the last, many, many years, it turned out there's quite a bit about us that's similar. I mean, there's also some stuff that's quite different, but like there's so much about us that's similar. We like to joke that it's really that our children are the ones that get along the best. Our inner children, not our kids don't get along, but our inner children get along really well. Me and my wife. Great. I just spilled water all over my keyboard. I don't know whether that matters or not, but get it? Wetter. Let's just see if I can dry it off with my shirt. Keyboards are kind of designed to get wet, right? Do I have anything to dry off with? There's a blanket over there. There we go. I wash my keyboard in the sink regularly. Are you joking? You must be joking. You don't put it in the sink and run water over it, right? I mean, I know they have water resistance, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you should do things. Uh-oh. Why is my caps lock stuck on? Okay, there we go. I didn't know that was a technique. I should investigate that technique more. Seems feasible. I think what I could do is this. So what we'll do is we will give it a tab index, or we'll just make an update. Hold on, refactor it out. Update. Yeah, they're meant to. Gotta take out all the keys for proper washing and then put them back after. They're meant to get wet. Nah, you just chuck the whole thing in there. If it's real bad, use the dishwasher. Stoff, I'm never taking advice from you, ever. Just to be clear. Ever. Sorry, not sorry. Smart man. Still looking forward to seeing you at PAX this year. We got one more badge available. We get 5 badges. Oh, you guys want to know something cool? Wait, who here's been to PAX West? I guess if you have been to PAX West, you wouldn't think it was cool. I don't know if I can share the picture because it's got other names on it. Washing electronics is fine as you don't turn them on while they're still wet. Yeah, I get this feeling that using water to wash a keyboard is not the most ideal. Because even if you can get it to work again, there's stuff in there that if it got wet, it could erode. Right? Right? I'm not crazy. This is like... Yeah, I should like look it up. Should I wash my keyboard in the dishwasher? Usually you're supposed to use compressed air, as far as I know. But now you're making me question all of the things that I know, or think I know. Did I not recompile? No, I did. Okay. Cursor is not updating now. The selection is working in that the arrows are doing what we want. And pressing down works. Pressing up appears to work too, which is kind of cool. That was just like by default it worked. That did not work like I wanted it. What happened to not taking my advice? I haven't actually taken any of it. I'm just thinking about it. I think that's okay to do, isn't it? It's still okay to think about people's advice, even if you don't take it. I'm always willing to think about things. It feels like this is like somehow it's like overriding this. I don't understand why it wouldn't work. I need to do that one first, maybe. Well, if I change the tab, I shouldn't need that at all, actually. Oh no! Posey. Don't tell my wife I was talking about her. I'm pretty sure she heard me because she was right above my head. Oh, good. She really didn't hear me talk about her. That's even better. Nothing. I wasn't talking about you. Hmm? You can't prove that I was saying anything about you. Nope. Certainly wasn't. Not a thing. Maybe when this is set up, it doesn't trigger? How can I do this then? I could try to get the UI selectable. Too late to clip. No VOD checking at all. Never said anything about my wife, Composy, who's amazing. But now I am saying things. I love my wife. She's gonna get mad at me because she thinks I'm teasing her. I was saying nice things. Oops. Like how my wife is so competitive. And how she plays video games with the kids. And how our inner children get along pretty well. She just smiled when I said that, at least. Got something out of her. I'll take it. This should work. I don't know why. Well, maybe this will fix it. Maybe this will make that thing do what I want it to do. I almost spilled more water. So I said this earlier, but finally have our account back. We will be finally building the beta and maybe a QA version for our QA people. I'm excited about that. I think once I get this menu working well, we'll be pretty good. Yeah, and Saf, you know a little bit more about the story, but I did kind of mention that basically we've terminated our agreement with our publisher amicably. We're not coming away with hard feelings towards them, but it certainly was necessary for what we needed to do to move forward. So it does mean that we are free of a publisher. We don't have a publisher anymore, which, you know, can be good or bad. We don't have the publisher support, but we are effectively free to do whatever we need to. Good in one way, bad in the way that the last 6 months we have been significantly delayed, particularly because of this, you know, transition. Thanks, Stoff. I know you've heard about recent experiences with publishers, so why, you know, okay. I think what I need to do is not call selectable.select in this case then. Because the left and the right is doing the select already. So what I need to do is like have a all here. Update cursor. Yeah, was that the code I just got rid of? Of course it was. Of course you know what I'm doing, Copilot. We'll try this. Maybe this will help me get around it. It's just so dumb. There you go. So it means that this year going to PAX, we're going to PAX as ourselves. We also have the biggest booth we'll ever have. And we're going to be right in the main thoroughfare. So at PAX, they have a building called ARC that they do most of the games. And they have like an indie booth area at the very back. We're in the middle of the stream of the indie booth walkway. But we're before the indie booths. So we're going to have a 10 by 20, and we're going to be right in the heart of all the traffic. And the way we set up our booth, we basically make we put as many monitors as we can facing outward and get as many setups as we can. So we're going to have at least 6 computers, 1 Steam Deck, maybe 2, and even like a big projector over our booth. It'll be our first year completely going it alone. Also pretty expensive. Not gonna lie. Which was one of the reasons why I was going to have publishers. They'd pay for some of it, but you know, it's like there's budgets that they have to work with. Hopefully we can get some sales and make up for it. The benefit is that all the money goes to us now. That's good. Oh, now this isn't working at all. Why is that not doing? How am I not myself? But now I just somehow undid everything that was working. Why is that? I guess I could do selectable.select and update cursor. Showing at PAX is so much. Yes, it is. But we do, at least we have a way to generate some income, right? We make sales in the game. And while, you know, I'm not sure whether it's reasonable to share this, but, you know, I'm learning, I've worked at a marketing company for the last 7 years. And hold on. Oh, double ban. The ban smackdown. But because I worked on the technology side, I never really spent the time to grok basic marketing concepts. Eat it. And you know, that's okay. I mean, like, hold on, I'm taking my back brace off. But doing the game dev stuff has really taught me a lot. So let me give you an example. At PAX, when you set up a booth, there's other extra options you can sign up for in relation to marketing. And one of the options is like, there's an app you can sign up for that gets people to your booth. And the sales guy was like, you should do this one. And we're like, why? We don't need to get people to our booth. We'll be fine with that. We always get people to our booth. And it was a pretty spendy thing. He's like, well, you could do this newsletter, because PAX, they send out this email newsletter that has the games in it. And in the newsletter, it sends like 130,000 attendees, basically everyone who's paying for the event. And it's, you know, like $1,700 or something. It's a pretty big expense. But if you do the math on it, if you consider like, okay, what percentage of sales would we have to make in order to make up for it? And the number of sales is so low that it's like, why wouldn't you spend money on this? Like the ROI should pay for itself at a minimum. And just for context, hold on, I want to get the numbers on this because it was like stupid low. Okay, hold on. So if we wanted to make 200 unit sales, that means we would want 200 people, having 200 people buy the game based upon this newsletter would pay for the cost, right? Something like that, right? And it might be a little bit more because there's taxes and all that stuff. But let's just say that was 200. It's like 0.001 or something. It's something ridiculous. Yeah, it's this is the number. This is the percentage conversion rate we would need. 0.0015. So like this type of marketing is a no-brainer. Yeah, it's possible we won't even get that, right? Okay. But usually you would expect at least like 1% conversion rate. At least. If you get in a newsletter that's going to 130,000 people. Now, the other thing you'd have to consider is like, well, maybe people block it or spam. Like it could be some lower percentage. But it's still pretty freaking low, right? Like even if it was half of that. So let's say 75,000 people, right? it's still insanely low number. You just need 200 people to buy the game. That's all we would need. And the game, don't tell anybody, but the game will probably gonna sell during that time. It's just ridiculous. It's such a no-brainer. Why is my cursor not going where it needs to go? Come on, cursor. You know how to follow these rules. So anyway, my point being, I've learned a lot about marketing. That's what I'm saying. By doing game dev. Not by working in a marketing company, but by doing game dev. Yeah, I mean, you know, because of the whole termination thing, like I've been fronting a lot while we had to negotiate all these things, but you know, it is somewhat a labor of love, as they say. Was it because those things are there? No. Why are you not selecting? Oh, did I remove? No, there's a cursor container. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's why. No, wait, no, am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot. Okay. Woof. I'm glad I confirmed I'm an idiot. I changed around a bunch of code that wasn't necessary. It's okay. We'll be okay. It's fine. I'll deal with it. My choices. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, baby. Let's see if this works. If I just remove the selectable. Yeah, if you don't speculate, you can't accumulate, I've heard. You know, my dream would be to make this game a successful enough launch that I can do it full time. That's pie in the sky, obviously. The video game industry has nowhere near the level of lucrativeness. It's not as lucrative as any other business sector. Doing just technology, fintech, or digital marketing technology, or I mean, just anything in the business sector is just going to be way more lucrative and way more stable. And it's not even like it's boring per se. It's just not, you know, my heart isn't into it the same way. Your heart will go on. I can't believe these just worked. I guess I designed them so they worked. And I'm just so in love with the fact that it's just working. The up and down part, like that little interaction there is actually really annoying, but it's working. So I'm happy. So then I need to figure out how to get out of here. Which I guess I could. I think what I would do is you have to press escape to go back. Right? That would make sense. We all know that you have to use escape. It's sort of a known thing. So then we do that. So let's see. Is selecting slots. So I think if you're selecting slots or if you're in the tabs. Why do I use is selecting slots? I guess I could just set this to true either way. I think that's what I'll do. Because it doesn't really matter. So if I do the character move. Excuse me. There. That'll solve that problem. I was trying to think of a good topic, but I'd just be repeating the same topics I've always done. Jacob messaged me and was like, watching the show with the wife. And I was like, no, you aren't. Apparently he is. Oh, he said she backed out. Oh, really? Just only kidding. Poor Jacob. Okay. So why am I spending time on this? I had a QA person. We have a little bit, like, it's not a lot of QA, but I have a contact who does QA, and her team is pretty nice. They're an India-based company. And they started testing this, and they're like, well, this doesn't make sense. Why can't I edit the tabs or use the tabs? And they're like, oh, right. Every other thing I did in this UI, you can go and use arrows on the tabs. So it makes sense that we have to use it. So now the new UI functionality is when you press right while you're selecting a character, it will go to the tabs first. If you press submit, I think I'm okay with this. It'll take you right to the saves. That means if you hit the space bar. And the reason is because I don't think you really need to, like, I don't think it really matters if you're going between these two. Although these shouldn't be changing color like they are right now. That's a little annoying. I need to change that. They shouldn't be red and purple. But then you hit escape, it'll go back to this, right? So if it returned, it'll go there. Oh, that's a problem though. Because I would want it to be able to go up when you press up. So let's see. Select first. So when we say select first, are these returnable selectables? Is that why? That's probably why. Uh-oh. Hate it when that happens. Fight. Someday it'd be fun to get back to the whole avatar thing. Got plenty of avatars to work with. Turned it in. I mean, there's 80 plus. I could just make a game out of them. Which I had intended to. Didn't really go anywhere. Save slot list, select first. So let me go back and look at these things here. They must be returnable. Avatar fight. Yeah. You can fight. You can't fight each other. I didn't want to make one where you're fighting each other. I wanted to make one where you fight other monsters. Because the whole point I was trying to do was like this shared RPG type thing. But it's just a lot of work doing these things. So, and then obviously the fighting is just like a run thing, which really is a good retro approach. Retro games didn't always have actual attack. Most of them did. But, okay, so let me think here. This is content, so scroll view. Pretty sure this is a, oh, it's a scrollable selectable. So how do I live? Okay, so none, exit target, none. How does it know what the exit target is then? Save file list provider? No, that can't be right. Let's see if there's like a left in here. No. Is there an up? Let me see. When we say up, this must just be finding the next. No, this has to be set somewhere. It has to be set somewhere. Right? How does this work? How does my code even do things? Get selectables. First one, interactable select. Is a UI selectable. That's fine. Somehow it handles the upward select. Do I have something else in here that would tell me? We have save view. Maybe it's in here. No. I've got magical code somewhere that does magical things. I don't know how it works. Composey singing over there. Other stuff. Character colors? Composey singing sounds magical, or the code sounds magical? Sorry, I'm a little bit in and out trying to knock out this sprite for some cuties. I heard there's a cutie doing some cutie work for us. Both? Your face is magical, Stoff. Stoff, are you working on anything tonight, may I ask? It's okay, you don't have to tell me if it's a secret. I don't know what is going on here. Do you ever see that weird video that's like a claymation person laying on their stomach and they've got this big butt? Practice work today. Oh, that's cool. And they're like, hey, how are you? It's been a long time. And it's just like this very creepy, but like soothing-ish. And it'll be like, yeah, how are you? What's happening? And it's okay. You can look at my butt. I don't mind. And it's just, it's like, it's so funny. Been a while since I modeled something just to learn. Well, that's cool. Learning is good. I wish I could learn what the flip is going on here. Maybe I have a event? How does it know where to go after it's selected? I don't get it. It's like it knows to return. Oh, maybe this... I think maybe the scrollable... Is it a... It's a UI list item. No. It's not even... Find selectable on up. Okay, so that's some code I wrote. You always feel guilty about trying to improve? You just unlocked a memory. I haven't seen that in so long. It's cool. I always feel guilty since other things I need to be doing. Yeah. I'll go game dev in a bit. You don't feel obligated. Dang, that's such a mood. I have so much stuff on the plate. It's hard to do things that aren't productive. I feel like the year and a half plus of burn that I went through for Alterium Shift. Not that, I mean, the work is still happening, but like I just hammered so hard that I have to start doing things that aren't just work all the time. Like composing, I watched this show. Oh, this is our dirty little secret. Not really that dirty. We watched this show called Couples Therapy, I think it's called. And it's just, you know, it's based out of New York, and there's a psychoanalyst woman who has a PhD in that stuff, and she just has couples that she therapizes. And it's funny because my wife and I will watch it and be like, oh, I do that, or oh, you do that, or whatever, and we're just like, it's so fun to watch, not because we're enjoying someone else's plight, but because it's like in itself watching it is somewhat learning. And you know, we've learned a bit over our years being married. So it's fun to watch these other things happen. Maybe it's weird, but it's the only type of like Posey likes reality TV shows like The Bachelor and stuff. She doesn't watch as much as she used to, but she watches all these reality shows, and I don't like those. But this is the type of reality show I would watch. Okay. So, is first selectable. So how is it that it is... I wonder how it's getting the selectable. If it does not first selectable in container. Okay, so the first selectable must become the exit target. So let's see where the exit target comes from. On select. So maybe what I could do... Last selected game object. Okay. So I need to figure this out. The easiest way would be to select the first tab. Maybe I just do that. Wayne has got lots of stuff to do. FYI. Oh, what did I write? As a behavior, Lordy help me. We want to have the selectable for back. For safety, it's going to make it flag based. I must have turned off the flag based solution. It's hard. I know you've been going through some stuff too, Stoff. Lots going on there. So, It's hard to say no to cool stuff. Yeah. It's hard for me to do anything but what I'm working on. So I'm the different, like I can't work on other projects. There's so many things I want to work on besides Alterium Shift, but like I got to get stuff done. And we have so many bugs fixed. I can't even I think we have like 30 different things we fixed or updated in the last few weeks. We're trying to get this ready for the next update. And of course, I'm sure we introduced a billion bugs in the process. I guess I could make it so when you select, it just goes up. That would be the easiest thing to do. I'm kind of annoyed at it, but I don't really want to spend a ton of time trying to solve this. So maybe what I'll do is... What am I going to do? I'm going to do on character move. And then on character submit. It does mean that the progression of canceling would go to the tabs first. Although I could make it go back. I don't know. So I could just do this. We did that right there. Isn't it though? Isn't it? They say that a lot in Taskmaster, because it's the UK. Okay, so this should work. But I do inherently want to make the cancel button actually go back to the character. So what I'm going to do then is let's see. Do I have anything with character in here? No. Oh, I'm in UI window. That's probably. Character select, current character colors. So I don't have the character selectable. So what I could do is private selectable last character And then we do on character submit. We say this dot last. There we go. We'll get the character selected there. And then we will make different life choices. So if it's selecting slot, then... Oh, I actually already made a way for it. Current character. Oh, okay. Well, I felt like I had done this, and then I just... Whatever. Dummy. Okay. So this should just work, I think. It's funny how meticulous some UI stuff can get. You know, not all the games have as much involved UIs, but man, RPG games or tactical games or anything that has like big inventory stuff, like there's a lot of UI stuff that goes around there. And UIs can't be as simple as web-based UIs because people want, you know, flashy video game UIs. They got to look cool too. They got to be thematic. This is all the stuff I wanted to do when I first learned web development. And then I realized web development is not supposed to be super flashy. And here I am. Now I'm doing UIs like I'm doing web development, so. We've been battling a lot of UI stuff for Blood Death too. We redid a lot of it, yeah. And it's hard. You gotta take into account the type of controls the player might use. Just, you know. Oh, that's weird. Why did it do that? That's actually really strange. Like, oh, weird. So, oh, actually, no, that's right. Love you, composing. Okay, that's fine. It's not half as involved as RPG stuff, yeah. Well, and you know, like, you don't usually have an RPG where you have different save files per character. This sort of idea is not a common RPG thing. And I was thinking about, like, why are there not more generically usable UIs in game development? It's because everyone has something different they want to do. So you can't really have like opinionated UI frameworks in Unity unless you made it opinionated for your specific needs. Because it's like, oh yeah, but now people can't do what they want with it because you made it so this is how this works. Like, oh, okay. So instead just make it completely generic. Got it. Okay, so this works how I want it to. It's interesting that it retained the location here. I might have to change which one is selected. I also got to change this thing, like the colors should not be changing colors. It used to be that these were the colors of the characters. So I have to go back and fix that. I didn't even realize that was doing that. I wasn't even paying attention to that. So then, what am I going to do? It's tab, right? So we change the tab. But what we have to do is, instead of changing the color each time, character colors index. Right. No, that's wrong. So it has to be the index of the selected character. Do I have a character index? No. Where am I going to populate the character index? It's going to come from on character changed, maybe? Current character colors. Oh, it's there. Okay, so I don't even need to do that. It's like I half set up a bunch of stuff and I just never did anything with it. So we're gonna do change tab. Okay, that's what we want. That'll make sure the colors match whatever character is selected. And that should solve that problem. I think. Then the other thing I want to solve is making the non-active characters. So we have to do something on the setup, I think. How are we gonna do this? So I have to do like on character changed. No, it's here. Okay. So in change tab, we need to this. Oh crap! How am I gonna do this? So I need to get. Okay, I have a question for people here from a game playing perspective. For those who are listening in, I have a question. I need user experience feedback. So when you first start the game, you have likely only played one character. And the way this is currently set up, when you go to your continue menu, you will see all characters, even if those characters don't have a save file associated with them. Which isn't great usability, because if you can't select them to load a save, why would you see them, right? So there's two ways I can handle this. Well, two ways I can see handling this. I'm sure there's a billion ways we could really handle it. One is, if the character has no saves, I could make them not show up on the list. So only the characters that have saves will show up in this list. That's option one. Option two would be, I can show them on the list, but show them as disabled. So you wouldn't be able to select them if they had no saves. The advantage of showing it as disabled would mean you can get the idea that there's other save blocks for characters. The disadvantage is the ordering is going to be annoying, because effectively I'd have to, like, if you played Sage first, I'd have to make this select Sage first, and these two would show as disabled, right? But if I decide to not show them, then it'll just show, you only select between the things that are visible, basically. Disadvantage to that is you won't know that there's other characters to select. And I'm honestly not sure which one is better. You vote for disabled people? I mean, that's good. That's good on you. Righteous. Really, I don't think you call people that have disability disabled people. I think there's a different word. I shouldn't make light of it, but just... No, I think that there's an idea that when you don't have any disability and you say people are disabled, it's like making them as less people. And so there's like a different term that is used, but I don't think it's handicapped or disabled. I'd gray out the other ones, reorder them according to what. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a pain in the ass. I guess I could do that. I mean, I don't really want to reorder them. I know, I'm sorry. So, and then the other problem is like, I have to, okay, hold on. Did I stop it from playing? I did. I have to figure out how to get the image grayed out too. Because it's not just like I can't use their selectable thing. That wasn't the fun answer. I just wanted you to tell me the easy answer, not the fun one. Your answer is the fun one, just not the easy one. So if Sage is disabled character because they don't have any saves, I would have to do a couple things. One, well, we won't see their color because they won't get selected. So I won't even worry about that. We just have to change this. So like I could do that. Oh, wait, why is it not? Why is the alpha not alpha-ing? Because that is not, that's the mask. Okay, hold on a second. There it is, this one. So I could do that. I could, oh, that would be kind of neat. Do the whole Microsoft thing and just have the profile of the character. Like that, maybe? Would that be kind of neat? That seems kind of neat. Let's do that. Thanks, Wayne. Do you think it should be full black or should it be like, you know, half? Your face might not be a clear intent, Stoff. That's also true though about the how do I turn an image into a grayscale? But see, Wayne's answer was more fun. Very unclear. I think it'd have to do some kind of material thing or something. Or make a % black. I don't think that worked though. I turned it to black. Unity won't, like, Unity's not going to color shift it to gray. I would have to do something else to get it to be grayscale, I think. Like a palette swap or something. So I think rather than worry about grayscale, I should just make them faded, you know? And I could do like the fade end there. So just like put it at 50%. Because then, you know, it's not a full bright color. I can deal with that. It'd be nice to be grayscale, but I'm not going to kill myself over that right now. Okay, so what I need to do now, tab images. Oh, I did. Interesting. It looks like I actually did some work. What? Actually, I don't know why I would do this here anymore. It says, save data manager, we initialize this. Tab header, transform, child count. Oh no, I'm just getting I see. It's like, why am I doing this? So what I would need to do when we load it. Oh crap. Okay, so in the preload, I have to do it in this thing right here. Which is fine. We can do that. Okay. So we need to determine whether the characters have saves. How do I do this here? How do I live without you? I want to know. I do it in filter type, save file list, select last. Oh, it's the provider I changed. Okay. Current save. If this current save files count is less than that. Okay, how do I set current save files then? By changing it. Okay. So when we have this list, we set the character, and this gets I don't remember how my code works. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So we go through each of the characters and we set the selectables to false. Right now, I think I set the starting character to Atlas. I'm pretty sure that just do that by default. Character equals do I not even use this nonsense? Well, that's funny. So I do this and it doesn't do anything. This is like, this code doesn't even do anything. I don't think. Oh, I should double check that. Is this a menu selectable? It is not. What is it then? UI cursor container? No, it's a list selectable. Hey, Trixie! Speaking of one of the few people that lives in the awesome state of Minnesota. Oh, I mean, no, you don't. Yes, you do. And the entire state. How are you, Trix? How's Trix? I'm working on boring stuff, but I'm okay with that. I'm trying to remember how I wrote code, and it's not going well for my brain. So I don't even think this set starting character gets called, incidentally. Let's see if it's everything. Minnesota. Don't ya know? Holy crap! Wayne, you know why I said that. I gotta get Jacob. Curious. That's a first. Oh no, looks kind of cool. Ooh, your face, Wayne. Let's see what Jacob says. I think you get the vibe, my friend. Just a couple hours work, nothing too pixel pushy. Well, your face is pixel pushy. You know, there's like animations and stuff we have to do. I'm gonna get. Look. Pretty freaking cool, Wayne. That's pretty freaking cool. Jazz will come up and be like, oh no, it's not perfect. I don't think he's gonna say that. Sometimes Jacob and I are completely in sync and we agree. And other times he's like, I don't know. I don't really like it. And or like reverse, he'd be like, it's great. I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It's just so funny between him and I how we deal with these things. Anyway, Trixie, I hope you're doing well, by the way. Hey, I'm used to iteration. Yeah. Wayne, can I share or not? How do you feel about me sharing what you just sent me? I won't if you feel uncomfortable with it or you think you don't want that. But I'm also totally, it's your game. Fair enough. So Wayne is here and we have talked with Wayne about some of our needs to rework some of our characters. And this is Wayne's a couple hours of work to rework Sage. I know, right? Jeez. Just like the flip. We should give you the other ones too. Have you go fix up our Pyra stuff that we also tried to work on. Jacob is not paying attention right now. Do you not want to reply? I don't know. My wife's back.
What's up, thinking?
Wayne seems to have understood the assignment. That's true. Amazing. I know, I'm just excited. This is really cool. I'm excited to see. If that's what you can do in a couple hours, we got some... I know you don't have a lot of time available, which is another problem. If only we could just have you do all of that stuff, you know, in a time warp of some sort. What was I working on here? I was trying to solve a problem. Oh, I was trying to see if I commented this stuff out, if it affects. Because now I got to figure out how to get the characters to show up properly. Or not show up. I think Dragon Ball style, I know. Well, that's the thing is, you know, the creator of Dragon Ball, which... Is he the one that passed? Toriyama? Is that? He was the one who did Chrono Trigger with the other two people. I need some Wayne doubles. Okay, so yes, this still works. That other code didn't even get used. So that's good. So this becomes the first selectable, and I think it's just doing it by... I think I like hard-coded it. So what I need to do then is get the list of characters. I need to get all the objects from here, the selectable objects. And then figure out of them which ones actually have save files. So I think that's what I'm going to have to figure out how to do. So we need to go to the preload section. Characters. Current character colors. I can't believe I don't have... What is this? Character select controller? Save system. Oh, so this is the object that has all the characters, I think. On character selected. Check if the name matches. Okay. I think I'm understanding a little bit about how I had this set up. So this is the object that retains the information on the characters. And this will retain the current character, which means what? How can I use this data? How can I use this power for good? Character select controller dot get selectables. Okay. I can get all the objects at least. Ooh, Wayne's not getting things working. All right. So then we'll get each one. And I don't want menu selectable. I just want... Oh. Dra said... Oh, snap. That is good stuff. Oh, no, it's Tom Sutton. What did Sean Connery say when I told him I was going to be to a seminar on men's hairstyling and bedliners? I actually don't know. What did he say? Shave me a sheet. Shave me a sheet. It's my best Sean Connery impression. Shave me a sheet. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I already have the data. This is perfect. So I need to get each character name, which should be character name. Okay. And then we'll say if try get value. That's not a good joke, but it's creative. I liked it. I thought it was good. When is it okay to steal a kitchen utensil from work? When it's a whisk worth taking. So character name equals that. Save data, try to get value. So if we do get save data, actually we're going to do this, right? So this will only work if there is even save data returned. So if it is returned, we say if current save data then we disable it. And we say character dot interactable equals false. So let's see if this works. This will make anything that's not selectable non-interactable. This isn't going to solve all the problems yet, but I think this should at least solve some of the problems. All I need to do is that, I think. Doctor was holding up and looking at my x-ray when he says to me, "This is just what I was afraid of." And I said, "What?" And he says, "Skeletons." Oh, snap. That's a good one too. I'm really into telling everyone about the benefits of dried grapes. I'm all about raising awareness. I texted Jacob and said, "So, is there any feedback for Wayne? Or are you just like, yeah, just keep doing that?" That's fine. Just do that. Okay, so I don't need this would select anyway, but I want to see if I actually was able to deselect the character. So Sage. It's still showing as interactable. Okay, well, that's a problem. Did I get an error from it? Oh, I see. Item count. But it should be calling this when it loads. Unless it's not getting characters back, which is also possible. Checking out. This works. That's fine. Just keep being Wayne. Oh, he's comparing sprites. He says it looks good, but it's not great. You know what he's saying? He's like, well, I'm comparing sprites and it looks good, but do we have to redo Pyra then? I'm giving you the real-time play-by-play. Like, well, now it's too good. Now we got to figure out how to do other things. I know you've seen the Pyra work, but it's funny. It's a funny problem to have. Okay, let's go try it. Let's go see what happens when we load. This should happen from the very beginning. Okay, so did I get so Atlas. Wait, Atlas. I feel like something's wrong here. Checking Atlas, Pyra. Oh, I see. Current character. Why is it current characters Atlas? Oh, that's weird. I don't want that. Okay, so we are getting the characters Atlas, Pyra, Sage. But they might be saved as not to lower invariant. So it's probably just the name without it being lowercase. That's probably the bigger problem. So let's try that and see how that works. Pyra reads pretty good next to them. You used her for reference. Yeah, I mean, you know what's going to happen. You know how this goes. Jacob's going to want to look at the difference and make sure that it fits, and then we go from there. I don't know why. Like, it does look like it would fit next to Pyra, but he's going to want to bring the side by side. I think the other problem is like Pyra was developed differently. So, you know, stylistically, even if they look similar, it's not going to fully match because your style. We might just need you to do like a once over on Pyra to clean her up to make the styles match closely. I'm guessing. With all your abundant time, Wayne. Please help us with this. You got the experience and the eye for the style, you know. Okay, let's see if Sage became uninteractable. Damn it, Sage. Why are you still interactable? Let me see here. Oh, I see. Oh, save data, try get value. Maybe the save data hasn't been set up yet. When does this get set? Oh yeah, that's the problem. The save data is not. Okay. All right. Save data isn't a thing. It's just non-existent. I'm just dumb. Okay. Let's just go. So these are lowercase initialized, which would mean okay, this will work. I'm being really slow and lazy today. Really shouldn't even be streaming. So it's 11 o'clock. Oh my gosh. Where'd the time go? Did you want to share with the class, Composy? You want to come sing your song? No? You are beautiful, no matter what they say. Composy's composing a new song. She's pretty amazing. Everyone says, let's hear it, Composy. You sure you don't want to share it?
No, I can't. Yeah, no.
Staff says.
Hey, Steph.
Staff says, let's hear it, Composy.
It's hard, Steph, because it's a piece for a 90-person kids choir. So, hi. So it's hard for me to sing it because there's a piano part and there's a 3-part harmony part, and
you can sing 3-part harmony on your own, right?
No, but it's really cool sounding, and with the chords, it's a little explosive. It makes me happy. Hi, Trixie. How are you?
Trixie's been forever.
It's been forever. It's true. It might not. It's not going to be next stream. Hi, Laserburn.
I expect it next stream. Yeah, you should play it next stream. That's a good idea.
I might not be streaming on Friday. We might be going to the lunch meeting.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's really cool. It is really fun. It's very magical, and I'm really excited about it.
You're magical.
What happened to the picture?
It fell because
Where'd it go?
Because my daughter's not a good engineer. She didn't engineer it properly. It's her fault.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
No.
My youngest daughter, she made me this little holder for a picture, and I don't know where the picture went.
It's such a cute little holder. I'll think about streaming after the game. It just depends on how long the game goes to.
I'm kidding, obviously. She's 4. I'm not expecting her to be some kind of brilliant engineer yet. Okay, so it worked.
And now.
Love you, Composy. Will you still love me tomorrow? Okay, so we did get the interactability turned off, which is fine. But there's just like the nitpicky nonsense here. So when we do ups and downsies, we need somehow to deal with this. Why is it happening? Because on character move? No. How does our selection work? During God, thank you for the follow. I know this is something stupid. On character change. Like, how do I change? Where does this happen? What calls this? I shouldn't be able to select something. It shouldn't be selectable if it's not selectable. So where is this happening? It's got to be in this here. No. It shouldn't select. If something is not interactable, it should not select it. Why is it selecting it? Look, you're not interactable. I should not be able to select you. Something is making you be selected. You're like up or down. I think I should just wrap up. It's 11. I shouldn't be staying up late on a work night, you know. I'm close. I mean, I got, the real point was to get this part fixed up so that it actually works in the way we expect it to, which is like all our other UI stuff. I need to make it so that when a character is empty, you don't see anything, because this doesn't make any sense. But that's like the final thing. Then I can finish that up, get a beta build. If you guys have early access out there, I'll make sure I put a notice about beta being available. I think it's a good opportunity for me to wrap up now. Not super tired, but I should probably get ready for bed. I don't know. I don't like getting ready for bed before 12. I'm not an early person. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I just could feel like my ability to solve that problem would just go on, and it's like something I'll solve in 5 minutes when my brain isn't this time of night. So let's go see someone else we can just go say hi to. Tom Millman, Jitspo, Coding with Strangers. You should do the same too, but you got more art to do, Wayne. Just kidding. The art's amazing, by the way. My goodness. Should we go to Coding with Strangers or do Tom? What's Tom up to? He's a cool dude. Chop chop, Wayne. Get more work done, yo. Just kidding. It's amazing. Boo-hoo, I have to go to bed in my air-conditioned house with my lovable wife. Yep, my life is hard. I'm glad you recognize how difficult my life is. I appreciate it. Makes up for my childhood, at least. Well, you all have a lovely night. Should be back on Saturday. Pretty sure. We'll see. More to come. Thanks for hanging out tonight, y'all. Have a great night.